Books and ribs, books and ribs. All I want are some books and ribs, and maybe a lay to lay down on the floor, and girl, a little bit more. or get in trouble for it. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay.
How dare you, son?
Who are you guys? Did you guys buy from Miriam?
Norton, no, Half Price Books ran a deal with Norton, and we got a whole lot that went to all of our stores.
Yeah, actually, my buddy here, he's a writer. Actually, he's a great writer. Yeah, he was telling me he came here and he hid all of my records in the gospel sections, and then I would take them. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy to see that y'all selling this shit. Okay. Here I am at, what's this place called?
Half Price Books.
Half Price Books. And I'm signing some singles that I played on. And this one is really cool because Billy Miller, I recorded this on my 4-track, on tape 4-track. And this song, Congratulations, I'm Sorry, is actually, it's half Congratulations by the Rolling Stones and half I'm Sorry by Bo Diddley. So like I made a little hodgepodge, and it sounds a little bit like Albatross. It's an instrumental. I know that it's one of Alice's favorites, and It's a Lie is also one of the first garage songs I ever recorded on the Tascam 4-track. So I'm gonna write something rude. No, okay, let's see. So let's give me some devil ears. Another sacred eye. Got some vampire teeth. Okay. A forked tongue. Hi. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay. Steel. This. 45. Fuck. Ice. Love. What should I write as a?
How much more could they charge for this? You could just put a 1 in front of that 4. It's $15 easy.
Yeah.
Or a 2. I'd pay $25 for King Khan original art.
This is literally the shape of my body.
Do you live in Austin now, or are you?
I'm actually doing a residency here, and I'm filming a documentary about homeless people because I've been homeless for. Well, now I'm housed at his place, but I've been relying on the generosity of my friends and not really. My family kind of abandoned me. Yeah, it's because I messed around with a black magic woman, and she fucked me up really hard. I went all the way to Bisbee, Arizona, and then I got arrested 10 times for trespassing and all sorts of...
They wrote about him in the paper there.
Yeah, 5 articles about me that I was like... One of them was saying... In Facebook, they were saying I'm an arsonist from New Orleans. So, like, basically they instructed everyone in Bisbee to, like, call the cops if they saw me. So I had to go hide in a hotel for a month. And then, yeah, it was just like... But it's just racial profiling and, like, racketeering. You know, and like once you're in the system, they love to pick on you, and you know, and I was kind of going a little G.G. Allen, Andy Kaufman on them too, and I exploded the toilets 4 times in the prison. I destroyed the plumbing, because I put so much styrofoam in the toilet. Like I was doing it in little increments, and then like do a major thing. And so like even if they had a toilet snake, they'd like pull the snake, and then all of the styrofoam would just come back. So they were going to charge me with 16 years of felonies for that, for 4 times toilet explosions. But then it got so crazy in jail. They put me in jail for a month, solitary and suicide watch, all this shit. And then they drove me to like basically the county line. Like they took me to the Greyhound station. It was 4 hours away, you know. But it's a nice town, Bisbee, Arizona. If you really want to fuck up shit, just go there. Have, you know.
I've been through there.
It's beautiful. I would live there if I could, you know. But like, I just love the sun. You know, I'm from India. My parents are from India, so like, my skin needs it. You know, and I born and raised in Canada. This ice and shit. I'm just like, I'm not into stuff.
I haven't seen you play in a few years, so I'm just seeing you now.
You know what? I'm actually looking for shows. Sorry. Did you videotape that?
Yeah. There's a special place in hell for people who fart in bookstores, bro.
Sorry. But I just it's funny. Yesterday we were watching Kill Tony, and I was emailing people in Austin, and I couldn't remember the name of this buddy of mine who owned. He had this like in Marfa. He had this camp area, you know, with yurt tents and like teepees. Yeah. And then he came on Kill Tony. It was James Moody, and I was like, oh my god! I was literally looking for his email.
Are you talking about El Cosmico? Or El Cosmico?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love that place.
Yeah.
Except they have $12 chocolate bars with just chocolate and popcorn. Like, what innovation is that? You know?
Everything there is expensive. But it's beautiful. It's a nice place.
I loved it. I mean, if I could live in a trailer, I would.
Yeah, those ones were just
Nothing. I mean,
normal. They were
I don't know.
scanned. There was no weird stuff
I've
on
kind of
them.
been running around doing different stuff.
Just if we were talking about Oswald,
Oh, no. I'm doing iPhone. I won't do video and
Should I write something on the sides too? Yeah. Let's just make it really like drenched in stupidity.
No, that's totally
All.
fine. Let me.
Yeah, that's it. So,
This is one of the most annoying songs ever written. Tell her I am dead. Tell
yes,
kids.
I should ask if I just gave
it
them my
is one
books
of the
so
most
they'd stop.
annoying.
I have a couple in the car.
Huh?
I said, I wonder if I just gave them my books, would they stop?
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Yeah. I have a couple in the car. Are you gonna sign it? Are you...
I kind of want to just give it to you now.
No, I already have it. I didn't know you guys did a fucking Christmas split. Oh, this is when Norton really made sleeves.
Yeah. I found that picture in a funny place too. I thought it looked like Jared. And that song is actually one of our best songs, King Kind of Barbecue. It's like a instrumental. It's a bit like Brian Wilson production. Like a ding, 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 ding. Like bells ringing, kind of, you know?
You would just first look at if you can find it in Amazon, then looking more for like secondhand listings. So like what I would do for this.
It's a lie, it's a
Go to the
lie.
Amazon listing for the show. Look, then I go straight to soul listings on eBay, and that's usually where you're gonna find prices.
Broke. This is a really sad signature series. Broke and alone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do it. That one. I would say handful, just in case.
Okay. So here's a Christmas single. Do with the Black Lips and the song here, "Plump Righteous," kind of talking about a right-wing turkey. Juicy, white, dry. Christmas in Baghdad is, this was kind of like a Hannibal tribute as well because he did a 911, what was it called? Hymn number 911, and it's about Baghdad as well. So, to Santa from Satan.
I was looking at it and
Yeah.
usually, like, as close as they would be twice out.
Yeah. That's when I got a call from that.
Jared Swillex, fuck you. Black Nips.
Yeah, so they were open from 11 and whatever they got open after. And I think 2 of them.
Produced by King Khan. Billy Crystal?
Yeah, that's what anything that was like.
Who's Billy?
Billy Miller. Oh, he's the owner of Norton. Who died.
If I can find ISBN and we have it in here, just send it.
Yeah, because a lot of these things are ones that for some reason they were like used that wouldn't print. And, but,
A lot of the time they have pretty extensive sales history.
Yeah, there are some super weird things. A lot of them are actually pretty cool. Yeah. Like,
Nice tits, Santa.
Where are you gonna sign it now? So petty.
Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Pea. Very crazy. Harry Christ.
Yes. Where did it go?
where did it go?
That one will be something that is that
Does this have you as like a writing credit on it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That's crazy. Yeah, it says.
Yeah. And Mick Collins produced it.
I was gonna say you should probably just sign that one.
Okay, so I looked at that 6 times before.
Don't miss this so vindictive. Man. You're really beef. You're like hip hop beefing with this guy.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you'll be able to. I hope they're worth more than.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
my pleasure. And yeah, thanks for supporting Norton.
Yeah, no, everyone was super excited when we were able to get a thing with them to start getting some of their stuff.
You know what?
So.
You should get in touch with Miriam again, and because they have like, I don't know if she's sold at all, but there's like, they have all these reissues from doo-wop stuff, from like really rare rock and roll stuff, obviously, but like, just it's so sad because the label kind of, you know, it doesn't exist because, I mean, it's just like the Cramps too, you know, like if your partner dies and you have a legacy of like over 50 years of like love and rock and roll and stuff, you know. But I was really like, it's funny because Miriam used to play in the Cramps. She was the first drummer of the Cramps, and yeah, it's just like a rock and roll family that's like not the same since Billy passed, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but thanks for supporting it. Yeah.
Thank
Hey,
you.
have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
That was a great segment.
You want to flip through some records and maybe make some jokes about them?
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, look, that looks cool. The game.
The gay man in the Swedes. That's awesome.
That's very cool. Is it the gay men? It's the gay men. There's several. They should have called it fags. All right. There's not a Norton section of just. That's all mixed in here. Anything popping out here for me? Bob Gnarly. Yeah, let's just go. Oh, yeah, it's really nice to see these comps here because this is my first band, the Space Shits. We covered a song by Gene Maltese. It's on this right here, The Raging Sea. Really beautiful rockabilly dancer. And then I wasn't on this comp, but this comp is excellent. Nolan Strong was from Detroit. And Mark Sultan, my enemy, does the first opening track, The Wind. And I gotta say, it's one of the best songs. Like, Nolan Strong had a very, like, he could have the ability to do a really high falsetto voice. And Mark totally got it. Like, he nailed that song. And he made it kind of trippy and psychedelic and spooky. So I definitely give him props for that. Andre Williams, the A-Bones, The Way You Dog Me Around is great. Danny Croha from the Gories and his band, the Del Toros, also excellent. Raining Sound, of course, with the guy who wrote Nigger Rich. Sorry, Greg. I was gonna say Greg Ashley. No, sorry, Greg Oblivion, and that's not fair because I don't think he wrote Nigger Rich. I think it was Eric Oblivion. But anyways, in 1993, you know, it was okay to write a song with a hard R.
Yeah.
And now it isn't, you know? And if they had written Nigga Rich, no one would have understood. So Reckless Eric, this is funny because I actually ran into him in London. Reckless Eric played he did that song, Whole Wide World. Yeah. I'm explaining it to the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Reckless Eric, I met him in the street, and it turned out that he also met his wife in Kassel, Germany, where I met mine. So we had a little something in common. A-Bone's great. I wouldn't have put so many songs with A-Bones in it, but anyway. Demon's Claws, Try Me One More Time. Gentleman Jesse from Atlanta. Lenny Kaye, who should have just stayed as a guy who, like a curator of records rather than playing music with Patti Smith. I think Patti Smith should have joined the Dead Boys when Steve Bader died. Would have made total sense. Okay, so this is fantastic. This is really good. This has got Sun Ra on it, Cosmic Rays. It's a doo-wop. I believe it's Daddy's Gonna Tell You No Lies. Oh no, Somebody's in Love with Somebody. One of the best doo-wop songs ever. Somebody's in love with somebody, somebody's in love with somebody's in love with somebody. I know John's in love with Jill. Joe's in love with Jill. Very good. This should have something. Voodoo Woman, probably great. Yeah, this is a definitely good buy. Okay, wait, there's Shutdown 66. This is an excellent comp. I believe it was done by an Australian. Also just 60s, like trash, rock and roll. Bo and the Weevils. We the People, amazing, from Florida. They had a #1 hit with, I can't remember the name of the song, but it's a very good band. And so it's so cool that to see a used place buy all of the Norton stock, because this is also excellent. South Bay Surfers are one of my favorite bands. This guy I think has Down syndrome, and like they're one of the funniest rock and roll bands you've ever seen. It's kind of like if Archie and the Bunkers, if Archie Bunker had a band of like his Mongoloid sons, you know, and this is kind of like comedy rock and roll, you know, and I think I wouldn't buy it, but I do respect it. What else we got here? This one, this is another Raging Teens. I mean, these are all kind of $6.99. You see, that's a good deal, you know. But like this is more rockabilly kind of stuff. The comps that I would get are definitely like this shit, like, because originally Relic Records, I don't know where they were from, but they put out these comps as doo-wop comps, and so Norton Norton always takes their own way of doing it. But again, this is some great stuff. Yeah, like psychedelic, frat rock and roll. This one I never had this one, but like really great band names like Straight Jackets, Wombats, you know, Fanatics. You know, I don't know if those bands would go so well. Or this, She Was So Bad. I mean, I love these pictures too. It's like what I love about Norton and also Crypt is that they're so meticulous about like not only preserving the art of like the old vinyl labels, but like, you know, they did great things to preserve, you know, and this is really the union of black and white people, you know. And like I was so lucky because I got to have like the Mighty Hannibal, Andre Williams, Nathaniel Myers. I didn't know him, but I was a huge fan. Gina Washington, I got to back him up, you know. So like I got to hear all the stories about the real R&B legends, you know, Little Richard. You know, Little Richard used to have Black Panthers as a security guard, you know, and his hotel door room was always open. And there would always be just people coming in there, making out with them, doing whatever they wanted, you know. And he had a giant suitcase full of cash. You know, he bails out James Brown from jail, all this kind of stuff. So you find out really who the real people were. This is interesting. This reminds me of my buddy Ellis, Mad Mike Monsters. This guy was a DJ, and like, again, just playing the best rock and roll. I think he was from, I don't remember where. I think it's somewhere on the East Coast. Anyways, this is the guy. Look at him. He's like a crazy dude, facial tattoos. You know what I mean? And this guy, when he would DJ, he would black out all of the names of the band so that no one knew what he was DJing. You know, and so like, and also, you know, they found his whole singles collection, and it's like handmade art. You know, every single has drawings and weird patterns and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, you know, I don't buy records anymore because, well, I don't have a place to put them, but I think that was one of the realizations I made in the past 2 or 3 years, is that like I don't even know if it's important for me to make records anymore. You know, like I like to have them as a personal item to keep, but like, do I really need to make 1,000 records? Because it's going to take me 3 years or 4 years to sell it, and where am I going to keep it? You know, so as we see the music industry kind of dying or evolving, you know, you have to make a decision on what kind of artist you want to be. You know, you want to be a fucking erased has-been, or do you want to be a guy with a storage room? Up to you. Cut. Okay, this, you know, these are all worth it. Look at this, $12.99. What a deal. right? And this is got, again, Cosmic Rays. This is Sun Ra writing this shit, and this is a song, Daddy's Gonna Tell You No Lies, one of the greatest songs ever written. And it's like, well, if you listen to me, you surely see Daddy's gonna tell you no lies. La 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 la. Ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah. Just absolutely the most stellar doo-wop is Cosmic Rays. And if you, Norton put out 3 records of doo-wop, and like, and some of it is just the roughest analog recordings of, like, the band sounds so small and the vocals are just so loud and screaming. Like, there's a song by a guy named Yokohama. It's like, hot skillet mama, I love you. Hot skillet mama, I care. Hot skillet mama, I love you. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. That's R&B. It's doo-wop. Best combination ever. Fuck the rest. You ready?
We're rolling.
Okay. Bruce Cockburn, but Canadians pronounce this Coburn because they're so unsexual. If my name was Cockburn, I would get it tattooed on my forehead. So, okay, speaking of Cockburns, here's Leonard Cohen, fabulous Jewish man. Buddhist. Jewish Buddhist. It's like Judah, you know? I'm a huge fan of Leonard Cohen, and this is really interesting. This is another Norton spectacular. Koba Seas. This is with James Williamson from Iggy and the Stooges. And it would be nice to see if they actually have the Iguanas record as well. That's Iggy Pop playing drums. And he was like such a bodacious stage performer that he had a 6-foot high thing to put the drums on, so that the drums would be higher than everyone else in the room. So that's like Iggy. And this picture might have been taken in the Grandee Ballroom, and my manager was he started off raking leaves for Russ Gibbs, who was the owner of the Grandee Ballroom, who also owned Cream magazine back in the day. So he's the one who gave Lester Bangs, all these people. He paid for the MC5's first equipment and recordings. Same with the Stooges. Russ Gibbs was one of the most important people in Detroit, and he also had a PBS channel, audio-visual company that did all the video interviews of punk bands. So, like, there's a really early interview of Henry Rollins when he's with a kid who's just like, how come Black Flag sold out? You know, and then he's like, Black Flag didn't sell out. You know, and anyways, Russ Gibbs, no one knows about this, but he's one of the most important people in rock and roll history. He was a freak. He loved punks. He loved documenting. He loved archiving. He loved donating money to MC5, and, like, you know, he was just a great dude. And so I'm really happy to have a manager that comes from this lineage of, like, true provocateurs, true entrepreneurs of rock and roll, who made, you know, our life wouldn't be what it is without Norton Records, without Crip Records, without people like Russ Gibbs, without the Drazek family, you know. So a big shout out to the Stooges and the Koba Seas. Like, what a great name. Very strange. Okay, Charlie, this is good. So this is, if there's anyone who really made rock and roll something like you put the hiccup in rock and roll, you know, sorry,
Inward singing.
Yeah, and I think that if anyone has taken his throne, it would be Bloodshot Bill. And Charlie Feathers is definitely someone. Apparently, he was so ugly that they used to put Carl Perkins' picture on on his records because they thought that Charlie Feathers was too monstrous looking. But I think that his family is continuing the tradition. His daughter plays, and Bloodshot Bill had, I think, played with his daughter as well. I don't know. When I say played with, I don't mean anything sexual. Anyways, so this is a definite.
Is Can't Hardly Stand It on that?
Is Can't Hardly Stand on it? No, not on this one. But the one to look for also is Jungle Fever is great. Folsom Prison Blues. My favorite one is Man in Love, which is a a regular at my house for the kids. They would always want me to sing it for their to let them go to sleep. This is interesting. Figures of Light. This is like early kind of Velvet Underground-y noise punk. I think they were destroying TVs on stage and like going really crazy. And look, they have seething psychosexual conflict blues. You know, why wouldn't you buy that? You know, why not Knock Yourself Off? You know, I Got Spies Watching You. Ritual TV Smashing Finale. I Just Want to Go to Bed. I'm So Sick of Everything. It's Lame. Nothing to Do. Black Cadillac. I mean, come on. Like, I would just buy this for the song titles alone. But this is also when art and rock like really collided, and I think this was early 70s as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, early 70s. So this, I guess you'd call this post-punk. So this is excellent. And then you got this one. One of the most important peoples of rock and roll, a producer. Look at this guy. Look at his shirt. I mean, the fucking Batman, homemade. You know, looks like someone's grandma made it. The man who is responsible for the Bollywood Argyles. The Hollywood Argyles. You know, Kim Fowley, he made the Runaways, or he produced them. You know, or maybe even handpicked them. I'm not even sure that whole story, but. He was a pervert, you know, and like, but when he would talk to you, I talked to him on the phone. He wanted me to be in a movie that he was making, and the Black Lips were going to be involved, and of course none of us were involved in it in the end. But he was kind of one of these shysters that would like go to a band and be like, he would know that there was a money check coming from a label, so he'd be like, yeah, I'll do your record for $10,000 production fee, and then so he was a rip-off artist, but at the same time he was responsible for songs like The Trip. You know, like, and like really amazing psychedelic recordings, and Alley Oop. You know, there's a lot of schlock rock, but also a lot of just fucking fabulous 60s smashers. He also did that song Bubblegum. Her name is Bubblegum, loves the moon and sun. Dun, 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 dun. Life has just begun. So yeah, this is a definite like good one. I personally though, I gotta say, I think there's too much like shitty songs. I wouldn't have made this compilation because the second part of it is another man's gold is another man's garbage. So look for part 2. The garbage is better than the gold, and that should have been maybe a Neil Young album. Okay, anything else you know?
I saw Teen Beats over there.
Oh, this is pretty important.
Thought we were talking about Norton.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, they put an Arthur Lee record out too. Okay, this is Love. This is one of the most important albums for me as well. Arthur Lee, I got to meet him. I had dinner with him, and he was making fun of my dad being on drugs, which was kind of uncomfortable. But look at that beautiful face. You can find the single of Arthur Lee. I don't know if it's with Love or not, but Norton put out a single of theirs. And like this is one of the most beautifully produced albums. It's like up there with the Brian Wilson style, like, you know, symphonic, just absolutely gut-wrenchingly gorgeous lyrics. You know, again, unity between black and white. You know, this hits in every level. You know, and now, look, you got Jerry Lee in the back here. Now, I wonder, yeah, Jerry Lee, the Killer. You know, this is so important. Sun Records, you know. Jerry Lee had such a great rivalry with, like, everyone. You know, like, I wouldn't wear the shoes that Little Richard would give to me. You know, like, I am the king of rock and roll, and I will always be the killer. A lot of rumors were flying around about, well, first of all, he married his cousin, who was 13. And then he's, like, quoted to be, you know, Sam Phillips ain't nothing but an asshole. I was chewing Hubba Bubba. I did not know that people in England would not be into the fact that I married a 13-year-old cousin. So, yeah, he wasn't a genius. But, you know, that's why a lot of these rock stars have pools, is to drown their children. And that's just like a rock and roll secret that a lot of people forget about. Oh. Okay, Harry Nilsson, I'm a sucker for this guy.
Yeah, I like jump into the fire.
Yeah, like this guy really. Look at this. I mean, this artwork is not that pretty. I would have gotten Robert Crumb to do this. you know, but he probably didn't have the budget, you know, or maybe the RCA, yeah, they had the budget. That's another thing, you know, you find like that beautiful record. Oh, Real Kids. Now this is a time like time machine for me, because when I was 17, I was staring at not this record, but it's a grown up wrong. Now, if I was looking at their faces, and I was like 17, and I was like, how did I discover this record that like no one, how do you, you know, 20, 30, this was not a hit. They had no hits. It was just pure boogie rock and roll. You know, they have like really amazing songs. And then they were total badass junkies, you know, and like their first tour of Europe, John Felice, who's actually known as Hippie Johnny. It's in a song by Jonathan Richman, yeah, and the Modern Lovers, and because he stole Jonathan Richman's girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah. So in 1974, these guys were already probably a lot older than a lot of people in the rock and roll scene. And there's a legendary story of Howie Pyro, the DJ. He was like at 17 years old, and he was making fun of their hair, even though I'm sure he had the same hair. But then John Felice and them, they took Howie to the CBGB's toilet, and they dunked his head in there over and over again in the toilet. And in that CBGB's toilet is where like the real fucking puke and piss of rock and roll is, like, you know. Okay.
I saw that Teen Beats one. I found this one.
Yeah. You know what? Oh wait. I don't know the Team Beat one, actually, to be honest.
It's not very good.
No, and on Team Beat I also don't like.
I'm gonna wait outside.
Oh, okay. Okay. In terms of bringing sexuality into rock and roll, I think this is the man who did it. He's like totally trans before they're. T-Rex was trans before there was trans. No one understood what he was. Like, was he a woman? Was he a man? You know, and like in the same kind of tradition as David Bowie, but I would say David Bowie was kind of like the cold and long, like that thing he talks about, milkshakes, and this is hot and bothered. You know, like the T-Rex. I mean, come on. You know, not only Children of the Revolution, Mambo's Son, Cosmic Dancer. You know, there's so many great songs, and like Jeepster, yeah. Jinx. Yeah, come on. Like no one. If I wanted to make out with a girl like crazy and like you know get her panties in a fucking bunch, this is the one that you put on. And then when you put this one on, then you get the panties in a bunch in the back with some vanilla fudge. You know, like once that vanilla fudge starts pumping out of the fucking panties, then you're just like, oh shit, I gotta change my fucking diaper. Cut. Okay, this is so overplayed. If you live in Europe and you play rock and roll, you hear this every day, at least 3 times. And I will say I saw them play with the original lineup and Dusty on drums, and it was a religious moment, like no joke. This is like when I heard this when I was a kid, I thought it was black men, and I had no idea that it was like white dudes. And the whole Pacific Northwest, whatever, Pacific Northwest, like Cinderella, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, Skinny Me, every song is amazing on this. There's even there's a great ballad. I forget what it was called. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, one of my favorite ballads of all time. Shot Down, Psycho, The Witch. I mean, this is as important.
Stones cover.
Hitchhike, right. This is as important. You know what? I think Hitchhike is actually Marvin Gaye.
I was going to say, I think the Stones covered it, and then they covered it.
Exactly, yeah. But you can't argue. I mean, if you wanted to give someone a present that just like, you know, doesn't like Gucci, but likes homemade Gucci, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm into. And this is the Sonics. You know, if you like rock and roll, but this is like homemade rock and roll. This is like rock and roll produced by Kearney Barton, where I recorded at a studio on a 2-track. You know, like, this is
probably the same 2-track.
It was the same 2-track, yeah. And like, and they also where Louie Louie was recorded.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like, that's another thing. It's like I feel like I'm a time traveler, time walker, you know, because I not only wanted to learn how to do analog recording, but I wanted to be at the places where these things were recorded, to be at the tree where the Wailers were sitting on, out of our tree. You know what I mean? So like, and that, I was like 18 or 19 years old when we did that with the spaceships. And I'm telling you that, like, you know, I've been witness to a lot of amazing things. People's archives. Some people call them hoarders, and you know, and sometimes they die in a fucking bowl of dust. But I will say that there's very important in what they're doing in preserving not only the history, but like the stories about, like, you know, I had Kearney Barton, the guy who produced this, make me cookies, you know, like oatmeal cookies and milk, and tell me that Jerry Rosalie, when he sang and he screamed, blood would sometimes spatter on the microphone because he was screaming all the time, you know. And I believe that, like, it's sad because Jerry Rosalie kind of went to a Christian place. I mean, it's not sad, whatever, if that helps you deal with whatever you're dealing with. But I could tell, like, that when he came back in another form, or the newer form, he was, you know, wearing a spit guard, you know, and he was kind of like nervous about being sick, and it just, but he was great. It's one of the greatest bands ever. And speaking of bands, now, I wouldn't say that I'm the biggest fan of Motorhead's music. I love the hits, and I love Lemmy, but this guy was the one who bought drugs for Jimi Hendrix. This guy was in Sam Gopal, who was the first sitar poetry psychedelic record. He played in Hawkwind, space rock fucking psychedelic shit. Hey, could you guys mind moving away a bit? We're just doing an interview here. Yeah, thank you. Lemmy was the ally that you needed if you wanted to be cool. And The Damned, for example, had Lemmy play bass in it. They toured with Motorhead. Damned, also quintessential punk rock, maybe even the best recording of Neat, that whole album. What's it called? The Damned. I think it's called Neat, or whatever. The first two records of The Damned are great. The rest of the kind of gothic stuff I'm not that into, but like, again, very important person for rock and roll. And I got to meet him, and I got an Ace of Space tattoo the day before I met him. And now, I don't want to end with Alex Chilton, but I don't care. My high school music teacher told me that this was his favorite producer and artist, Alex Chilton. He produced the Cramps. He produced this other Memphis rock and roll guy, with the mustache. Anyways, Alex Chilton is interesting. I think it's weird that he always sang about teenage girls that were underage, that he thought was sexy and cute. And so I will say maybe he was a fucking total rock and roll weirdo, which I'm pretty sure he was. But the interesting thing about him too is that New Orleans loved him. I don't know if he was from New Orleans, but he was adopted there pretty much by the scene. And at his funeral, they brought all the food from his wake to the shrines after we played. So I got to eat like day-old oysters. So thank you, Alex Chilton, for the diarrhea. And I also want to say thank you to Alex Chilton for just being like a guy who only ate carbonara. Now, if you're living in New Orleans, I understand if you don't want to die of cancer, so you stay away from the seafood and stuff. But like, honestly, carbonara is just like the most boring of the pastas. But that was his thing, you know? Like, he's just a simple person with simple taste. But if carbonara is good, all you need is some ham and some fucking cream, you know? So here is the ham and cream of rock and roll, Alex Chilton. And this has been One Hollywood Minute with King Motherfucker Khan. Here we are, Pete Terry's. Fucking beautiful burger. See here? So thick. Root beer, baby. Now that is one tasty milkshake.